2 weeks out. My hams are finally getting some separation, first time ever in my life. Hi, this is Mimi. That was the good news of the week. I'm going to get into the good, bad, and the ugly, and then get into the changes in my diet and weight room strategy. I'm 137.8 pounds today, down a pound from last week. In terms of my measurements, my upper body stayed the same, which is good. My shoulder stayed the same, my chest stayed the same, my waist went down 0.25 inches, and so did my butt. And my thigh went down 0.5 inches. Major bitch mode was the theme of my week. Horrible, horrible week. I should have been wearing this all week. Back to happy thoughts. This is the first time ever in my life that I see any sort of ham separation, so I'm really excited by this and can't wait to bring it up after the show. I do think I have to give some credit to kettlebell swings for a harder butt and some ham separation. Still trying to perfect my form in these and really explode up and squeeze the glutes when you come up, and to not bend my knees so much because you're not squatting when you do this, and it's really about hip thrust action. Also rowing, this has definitely been my go-to 5-minute hit, really pushing off the heels and using that leg ham power, and I even increased my level intensity by 1 this week. And those lying ham curls are extremely excruciating if you do them the right way. The interesting thing is, when your hams give out, I mean, they're dead, and there's no other assisting muscle group that can really help them out. I was on low carbs for the first time this past week ever since I started this prep. I kept my calories the same as I've had for the past few weeks, 1,600 calories, since I'm still dropping weight and there's really no need to change it if there's still progress. If you saw my diet video, you'll remember that it's all about progression, but most importantly, it's about results and modifying your plan based on how your body reacts. I need as much energy as I can for my training, so I kept my calories at 1,600, which is the amount it would take to maintain my body weight if I were to do absolutely nothing, which is my BMR, and I've already increased and I'm doing as much cardio as I can in those AM/PM sessions. I'm still trying to get my legs leaner and more cut, and there is not that much time left, so I'm changing things up. Specifically, I'm changing what those 1,600 calories are made up of and using a different carb cycling strategy. I was carb cycling an average of 100 to 125 grams of carbs, and I ate based on what my workout was for that day. Now I'm doing the complete opposite, where I'm going to base my workout on what my carb cycling schedule looks like. So I'm going to be alternating high and a much lower carb intake. So it's going to be 125 grams one day, and then 50 grams, 125, 50 grams. I definitely made sure my leg days fall my high carb days, which is currently split into quads and glute and hams, and that my rest day falls on my low carb days so that what I do matches with the energy from the food I'm given that day. Since my carbs are dropping down to 50 grams every other day, I'm increasing my protein on those days to reach my 1,600 calories. So for me, that means I took my 1 cup of oatmeal and dropped it to half a cup of oatmeal, and I added 1 jumbo egg with yolk plus 2 egg whites. But on my rest day, I didn't aim for 1,600 calories. I just dropped my carbs and kept my protein the same, which netted out to about 1,400 calories. On my first low carb day, I was so out of it. I felt like crap. I took Tylenol, which I haven't done in a year. I felt like I could have passed out at 5, and I ended up skipping my PM gym session. I was trying to tell myself, mind over matter, let's do this, and really try and pump myself up, and nope, it just was not happening. Sometimes you just need to listen to your body, and I know that if I went, it wasn't going to be good, and there's no point in going if you're not going to make it count. Now, that's not an excuse for you to use for not going to the gym. I mean, you know your body best, so there's pushing it, and then there's pushing it way beyond your limits. It was the best I could do that day. I'd rather get well rested and kill legs the next morning, which is what I did. In my last video, I mentioned I lost some muscle the week prior, probably because I actually got in 90% of my planned double session cardio, 45 minutes in the AM and PM. So I changed my strategy in the weight room. When dieting, the best way to maintain muscle mass is to lift heavy weight. I've definitely incorporated heavy sets into my workout in the 10 rep range, but I'm really focused on getting cut and shredded right now. So I do have to get into that higher rep range and get those contractions. So my solution to maintain as much muscle as possible while getting that shreddedness is to lift heavier on my high carb days, on some of the exercises where I feel like I can lift a little heavier. But I need to still reach the higher rep range and then most importantly, feel and get that contraction. So for example, I was doing tricep dips with a 25-pound plate for 20 reps, and I increased it to using a 35-pound plate, but I still had to reach those 20 reps. I also increased my incline dumbbell curls from 20 pounds to 22.5 pounds. Very small increase in weight, but still more weight, and it does up the intensity.
All I gotta say this week is it ain't for everybody.
Next week, stay tuned for my update and my 1 week out strategy. It'll be a doozy. Please subscribe and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.